I came here in the early 90s and into the 2000s, well into the 2000s, there was this struggle downtown, There was nobody downtown, nobody spending money, the businesses couldn't make it. A few businesses hung on there for dear life, but no one was really thriving. People are taking old buildings that have been abandoned for years and turning it into a business that works. My name is Jared McKinley, and I am the associate publisher and co-founder of Edible Baja Arizona magazine. It's a magazine about culture and food on the borderlands, and our magazine is funded by advertising dollars from local businesses. There weren't enough local businesses before to really support a magazine, at least of the size that we're doing. We spend a lot of money on printing, on journalism, photography. One photographer from our last issue was a $6,000 bill. So now that these businesses have all come in, there's been investment in downtown and people spending money downtown, the businesses are thriving and they're supporting all the other businesses. The price point's probably a little higher than what we're used to downtown, but then again, we all have jobs now, so we can pay our rent. You could still get $2 High Lifes downtown, you could still get $3 PBRs or whatever, it's still cheap. If you really want to be cheap, you can still be cheap. There's plenty of places for people who are local to spend money. It's not pushing out people. Those people, in my opinion, I think are pushing themselves out. I had no publishing experience and no money. I started a magazine, and I now live in a community that can support it. I'm as gritty and poor as they come, and yet now I have a magazine that's distributed all over southern Arizona. There's still this magic here where you can have this crazy idea and do it, and I think that's what makes Tucson special.
What I'm seeing is new storefronts, new paint, new ideas downtown that come from people with money. And for me, my downtown has always been that kind of safe space to be the kid with the piercings and the tattoos. And I grew up in a single parent household. My dad, who I don't really know, is white, and my mom's Mexican American, and I was born with a disability, and we were poor and on welfare, and I internalized all of that, and I thought it was all my fault. And it was punk rock when I was 14 years old that really spoke to me and gave me that space to release that anger. There was a punk rock venue down here called Scrappy's, and I was a huge part of that. And so I would be downtown anywhere from 1 night a week to 7 nights a week. Because our downtown was filled with the bus station, and the associations with the bus station were drug deals, prostitution, violence, poor people, homelessness, right? So downtown at the turn of this century was not necessarily the spot to be. It was where those other people went. And even though I wasn't homeless and I was, nowhere near homeless, I loved downtown because it was kind of that dirty, gritty punk rock, this is Tucson, so what? This is who we are. Or there's a new little cafe that is attached to public housing, And the owner, you know, very happily told me that she was calling the police on everybody who was there. And, you know, she just feels so bad because they're living in squalor. And but really what she's saying is she wants these poor people attached to her restaurant gone. So when you look at Tucson's kind of racial makeup, the west side and the south side have historically been like the Latino neighborhoods, specifically Mexican-American neighborhoods. And you're starting to see folks of all races who have economic backing behind them, right? And they're moving into neighborhoods, and that, you know, slowly changes the neighborhood. You have people that are accustomed to calling cops on communities who hate the cops, who are scared of the cops because of histories of violence in this country. I think my heart is in the spot of reaching out to those to kids in particular, right? Like youth who are feeling kind of weird about things and don't understand why. And, you know, just kind of making that community space for them. Which is why when I'm seeing, you know, all these police officers on Congress every Friday and Saturday night, it really bothers me because it doesn't have to be like that. That's not how it was, and that's how it is today. Well, why is it like that today? Well, it's like that today because those people in power are there to make money. And who's there to enforce that those people in power stay in power and continue making money? Motherfucking police.